Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Barry, that Goat Metal Show, with a driving talk with the Goat Master. Oh man, I'm on my way to work, man, and I just had to fucking, have things stuck in my mind that I need to talk about. And I mean, with all the fucking shit that's been going on, I mean, I finally, we got called out, but not called out because, they didn't want to give us no props to us because we're not a very popular channel or whatever the fuck this guy said. Anyway, whatever, man. But I just wanted to, the reason why I needed to just come in here and do this little drive and talk rant, Rich, the silent producer, sent me this video. I forgot the guy's name, man. And he was basically talking about the Death Fest in Chicago. I forgot the fucking name of it already. I know Tone is out there, so I know there's already a video out of some bands. Tone already recorded. I think Tone already is meeting a couple of people out there who are part of the community, which I think is cool. Hopefully we get some more footage coming up soon. But the thing Rich sent me today, I'm watching it, and this is the thing. I mean, he's we'll call him a minority, like me. He's a person of color, like me, or whatever. And he threw me off when he's talking about all this stuff with white supremacy stuff or whatever, and neo-Nazi shit, and the bands, and black metal, the way that they are, why they're doing this, why they're doing that, why they're allowing it. And a minute and a half into his video, I lost all credibility for him when he told me that, not that he told me, but what he said in his video, that he stopped, that he was in a band, I think that he left in, 2015, 2016, and they were a white neo-Nazi band, or not a white supremacist band. So I'm saying to myself, how was you even involved in this band? Why did they even let you play if they have these beliefs? What did they do, a Glenn Benton? And they allowed a Christian to play in their side. I'm still trying to comprehend that part. So the guy has it's a 24-minute video of him talking about this, that, the other, yada, 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 and why they still doing this, why they're still doing that. And, with the white supremacy, fascism, all this other bullshit that's been going, that's like the new thing now. All right? Everything's fascist now. Everything. And it's fucked up because I think I said it to somebody where I said, using the word fascism is going to be like the new racism or homophobic or, whatever. Those are words that are going to get so used up, right? They're going to lose its meaning. It's not going to mean anything because you're basically saying that to anybody just because they have something you don't like. Now, I mind you, are there bands that are, who hate religions, who hate certain people and all that? Yeah, there is. And it's funny because I still think about, from our time in the late 80s and early 90s, that there was a lot of Nazi punk bands and hardcore bands. And we knew those bands existed. Now, if you decided to go and listen to the music or check it out, so be it, but they existed, and to me, for some reason, it's not getting as much popularity as the black metal fascism guys are, or bands who are being labeled fascist. It just blows my mind. And then again, this is the type of thing that happens when you get shit like this, when you got all these fucking channels who talked about gatekeeping, and then you just basically proving their point. on why certain genres needed to have gatekeepers, and people complain about the gatekeepers and you don't let anybody. And I'm one because I said, look, I always felt like all genres of metal should be open to anybody who wants to listen to it and enjoy it. But if you're gonna go and jump into a genre and then start putting out stuff, it just, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm still overwhelmed with that nonsense. All right. Again, it's, you could have you could say, yo, I don't like that. I don't like what they're talking about or whatever. But once you start making it into a whole step on a soapbox and spread it out, now you're an activist. Now you're fucking, you're talking political jargon. And now you're not you're not a metalhead. You're not a metalhead. Okay? You shouldn't. I mean, I get that, some people's argument will be, but metal was always about fighting against the corruption and the politics and this, that. Yeah, I get that. I get it. But once you start going and trying to force somebody to say, hey, this is bad, you're no better than fucking Tipper Gore in the 80s. All right? And the whole satanic panic shit that was going on when they were trying to fucking stop people from listening to metal. And people who are metalheads who are fucking forcing and trying to push the agendas down about fascism and this, that. You know what you're doing? Again, you're opening the door for people to be curious. That's what metal has always been. You tell somebody not to listen to it, guess what? They're gonna listen to it. That's just the way it is, because they're curious. I don't know. I'm still trying to really get my finger on certain things when it comes to these idiots who keep on complaining and acting like a fucking these metal Karens. That's what they are to me now. Fucking bunch of metal Karens. They just go and they fucking whine and bitch. Oh, this is fascism. Oh, this is anti-Semitism. Oh, this is racist. Again, you complain about it enough, people will be curious. And that's the thing that I'm trying to really gather with some of these fucking people that they don't understand. It's like, you keep fucking complaining about it, you keep talking about it, you keep bringing it up, people are going to be curious. All right? You want to stop it? Hey, you know what? Let it be. Don't talk about it. People will learn to just run away from it. I mean, if they see it, they don't like it, they go on to something else. That's just been the thing with metal and all the genres. All right? Don't be a fucking metal Karen. Stop that shit, man. It's look, sitting up there and whining about this, because look, let's be real. All right, let's be real. All right, I heard that guy talking about bands who are anti-Semitic. Okay, whatever. Okay, they're anti-Semitic, but there are hordes of bands who are anti-Christian. I'm not a Christian person. Please don't take that shit like I'm fucking devoting my life to Christ, because I don't give two shits about no religion. All right, but you can't go and complain about somebody being anti-Semitic or anti-Muslim or whatever, but it's okay for bands to talk about anti-Christians and so on. You can't, then you have to fucking do it with all, and that's my shit with that. Don't be that's being a hypocrite. Don't be a hypocrite then. All right, metal Karens, don't be a fucking hypocrite. All right, talk about everything then. All right, because then you know what? I'm going to be on the side with the Satanists that might have their feelings hurt when you have a Christian man talking about destroying the devil. All right? Oh my God, they said destroy the devil. My feelings are hurt and I'm going to talk about it. Nobody gives a fuck. All right? Nobody cares. All right? And you sitting there talking about, basically you're talking about your feelings and then you're turning it political. You're not a fucking metalhead then. Look, I have to say it, man. You're not a metalhead. You're not a metalhead. If you're going to sit there and turn it into something political where it's like you got to talk about it, where it's like you're pushing it. Look, bands like all the old school punk bands talk about anarchy and stuff like that. You think they cared for one side? It was all sides they hated. All right? You know, when they had the thing of Nazi punks fuck off, yeah, you know, that was the rallying cry to make sure that you didn't have any of those fucking dudes in those shows who were starting trouble, and fuck them. Yeah, I get it. But you know what? They weren't there fucking telling them, don't listen to these bands or whatever. You know, it was more of like a social thing, you know? Look, man, you keep saying, stop listening to these bands, or why are these bands playing, and this, that, and the other. Look, man, you know, you can't have one form of freedom that's good for you and not for everybody else, unfortunately. And that's the thing about freedom, and freedom of speech, and freedom of expression. You know, I mean, there's, you know, think about it. Do you think because we had the freedom of expression, yo, man, do you know how many fucking shows would have been shut down because all the Christian groups that were going after Kiss and Ozzy and all these other fucking bands? What do you think? Do you think if they gave into that we would have all the great music we have from those bands? You know, I mean, you know, it's just a fucking, it's already, you know, I'm done with that, man. These fucking metal Karens gotta stop, especially ones who claim to be metalheads, who have always been metalheads, all of a sudden talking about, oh, why are they still doing this? Oh, man, look, that's it. My thing with this is also, I mean, I still feel, considering the fact that we live in the age where everything is put out there now, where if anything was underground, it stood underground, and, you know, it was very limited to people. When it started becoming popular, things started becoming more exposed, and unfortunately people get to see it a lot more, you know, whatever. But hey, keep talking about it, and all you're gonna do is you're gonna create more fans. That's just the way it is. And I'm just gonna go and leave it on that note, because this rant is getting a little too long. Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to my man Lee for Warhammer 666 for his dope video that he did yesterday, calling out that fucking mom's nail polish stealing motherfucker. All right, man, this is the end of my rant, and I'm sure this is not going to be the end of it. There's going to probably be more stuff where people are going to be fucking Karens. The metal Karens will continue to run around this space, and I guess that's all we're going to be dealing with. All right, this is Barry, that Goat Metal Show. Stay brutal.